The King's Weaver, Chapter 11. Absence Irava. He steps closer, and I tense. He stops. What was he intending to do? His arm had twitched, but then stopped, as if he'd wanted to brace my shoulder, but then thought better of it. I swallow. "Please," he says, and there is desperation in his voice. His eyes are wide, his face earnest, and my gut twists to see this cold, lofty man so unraveled. "Please, try to describe it. If you are seeing anything at all, it's more than anyone else has seen here. Please, Caleb." A shiver runs through me when he says my given name. He said it before, in his study, but it's different here somehow. Closer, more intimate. And it's not actually my name, but I've held it as mine these last few days. I do have some claim over it. I wipe my hair out of my eyes where it's fallen loose from its cue, and I carefully adjust my spectacles. They're the only part of who I am as Caleb that's actually a part of me. They're my own spectacles, which I've worn since late childhood. I rewove reality around my eyes several years ago so I wouldn't need them, but then wove it back again. The world doesn't always look so harsh when there's a barrier between my eyes and what's around me. Reality is like, I feel foolish, giving an elementary lecture on weaving to the king. But he nods, so I forge on. Well, it's like a tapestry, yes, and it can be woven, but it's also like clay. Clay, far from water, or fired in a kiln, is hard and unchangeable. But clay, close to water, and movement, is malleable. This room, it's like it's forgotten that water exists. I frown and move closer to the bed, where the feeling is strongest. I touch the thickly woven brocade covers and run my fingers across the raised pattern, feeling its firm reality. I feel its reality threads with my magic, but the reality still feels off, like strings on a harp that's never been played and never will be, like someone's encased it in glass. "Why?" the king finally asks, stepping beside me and placing his own hands down on the bed. Can someone hide magic this way? Hide elemental magic or a weaving? I look up at him, but chill running through me. The feeling is strongest on the bed, and I want to step back, because I'm sure this is where the king, his father, died. "I don't know how to do something like this," I say, "but there's a lot I don't know. This doesn't quite feel like a weaving, but I'm also not sure it isn't. But yes, I think this could be an attempt to cover up something else." His eyes bore into mine, and I don't look away. "It's something," he breathes. "It's the first hint of an answer I've had in months." "Thank you, Caleb." My name again, and would the hairs on my arms stand like this if he said my own name? If he called me Irava? I look down, nod, dip into an acknowledging bow. It breaks whatever tension has been happening between us, but it doesn't break the oddness, the emptiness I feel in the room. Now that I know what to feel for, I don't have to concentrate as hard to sense it. And maybe this was some of the feeling of abandonment, of being frozen, that I felt when I first came in. He hasn't taken over his father's chambers, and I've wondered why. But I can't imagine trying to sleep in the same room, the same bed that his father died in, likely had been killed in. Is it still possible that King Toravan has brought me here, shown me this, to try to throw me off his own trail if he killed the king? Maybe. But if he's this nervous and desperate enough to bring a stranger here and into his confidence, is that likely? He's clammed up again, arms crossed, glaring down at the bed now. "Thank you," he says again, and his voice is harder now, back to being cold. A different sort of shiver runs through me, back to the fear of being near him. Maybe he didn't kill his father, but is this still a man I could live with? A man I could share my bed with? Have children with? I'm not at all convinced he doesn't have secrets of his own. You may go now, Caleb, and not a word of this to anyone, or it will be your life. When he says my name this time, I am unmoved, mostly. I square my shoulders, bow again. "Yes, Your Majesty." But then he says, "Please come back tomorrow. There's more I want you to examine." And it's there again, the desperation beneath the turbulent storm. I say quietly, "Yes, Your Majesty," and leave the rooms the way we came in. King Toravan doesn't follow.